Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike Talks. And today is Tuesday, and I wanted to start a new series called Talking Tuesday, where I just come at you with just how I'm feeling about certain things, or talking about certain videos or certain things going on in the world. And today, I wanted to talk about my last couple of videos. The Mike Talks on ASMR video, which was only for 18 plus audiences due to the graphic nature of the language involved, and also the New World Order video. But before I get on with that, I am wearing, as you can see, a hoodie. And this hoodie I bought from Chris ASMR, her shop. Make sure to check out her channel, by the way, so that way you can get yourself one of these hoodies. It says ASMR Vibes, Chris ASMR, as you could see. It's very comfortable. This is actually my first time wearing it. I got an extra large size, and because when I wear hoodies, I just kind of like them to be a little baggy on me. It's part of the whole being cozy kind of thing. So, yeah, it's really comfortable. I have like zero complaints about it. It's just overall a very good product. So go and support her side hustle, if you will. And if you need a good hoodie rather, I will be coming out with a product line of my own on this channel. Eventually speaking, I just have to think of some good designs. And if you have any good design ideas, make sure to let me know in the comments below. So with that being said, also before we get started, make sure you follow me on Twitter. That is the social media account that I am most active on. It is at ASMR Mike, and the name of that account will be posted at the very end of the video. So, yeah, the Mike Talks on ASMR and the New World Order ASMR. Basically, I got a lot of I don't know. I think with the Mike Talks on ASMR especially, I hurt a lot of people's feelings with that because it was pretty intense. Um Actually, one person said that they were absolutely crushed when I gave the camera a middle finger. Um, but I just need you all to understand something. Um, I put a disclaimer before that video with the definition of a term called kayfabe. Now, kayfabe is a term usually used in professional wrestling, and essentially it is the art of making something not real appear real. So you're making a staged play, if you will. You're trying to basically sell that to the audience as something in the realm of reality, even though most of your audience knows that it's definitely not in the realm of reality. But they just like to play along anyway. So, yeah, and the thing about kayfabe is that it is essentially a lot of times art imitating life. And what I mean by that is, it had this video in particular had some things, some feelings I have that were not real, and some things about it were real, and some things about it were just greatly exaggerated. And I'm not going to go into great detail as to what was what, because that is the fun of it. That is the point of kayfabe, is that you don't break it. You never ever break kayfabe, in the wrestling world or in any other world where you are invoking this definition, where you are invoking this art style. So, what if you've watched it already and you don't really remember it very well, I encourage you to go and re-watch that. Remember, you have to be 18 plus to watch this, and I did that because this is primarily a family channel, a family-friendly channel, and I didn't want to just suddenly break with that trend by releasing this video and just kind of shocking parents of, children who may be watching. So that is why I put that restriction on there. So if you meet the criteria, go ahead, rewatch it. And this time when you're watching it, by the way, I'll leave a link to it up in that corner now. I always get that confused because I flip the frame now. But go and rewatch it, and this time just get into the character, and it's okay if you hate the character. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. In fact, that's really what I wanted you to do, is I wanted you to hate the character. I wanted you to look at the character that I portray normally, with the bright colored shirts and the Phillies hat and the hey, how you doing? Obviously, that is a part of me, but it is not fully me. All right. And that is a character that I play, and I'm going to admit that it is very close to who I am. Or at least who I want to be to the world. I want to be this positive influence to the world. I want to be, a positive person, a person who's just always positive, always looking at the bright side of things, always calm, never gives up, never gets frustrated. That's just who I aspire to be. I guess you can call it some psychologists call it a higher self. So that is my higher self, I suppose. But of course it's not fully me. And the thing is, like, all of us people on YouTube, we are characters. We play characters. And whether or not some YouTubers want to admit that or not, I mean, that's just, I don't know. I mean, I think that if a YouTuber doesn't admit that, they're just lying to themselves, honestly, because it's obvious that you're not positive all the time. It's obvious that you don't ever have, like, you don't always have clean language all the time. It's obvious that, you don't go through life with no problems, no stress, and sometimes, and it's obvious that you don't sometimes break because of that stress. You know what I'm trying to say? So we're all human here, and that is my, this video was my attempt to show you that I am human, because I don't want people getting the wrong idea about me, because then that's when trouble starts. And say this channel got really big, say someday I have 1 million subscribers, I don't want some sort of expose coming out or some sort of scandal or something like that, because a whole bunch of people basically idolized me and forgot that I was human. So this is my attempt to show you that I am human. I am indeed human. And the regular, Mike Talks ASMR thing that I do is a character. And the Mike Talks on ASMR, the guy in that is a character, as well as the guy in the New World Order skit that I pulled off. That also is a character. And if you guys haven't guessed, I'm a huge fan of professional wrestling. I draw a lot of inspiration from it. The New World Order thing was directly inspired by professional wrestling. Even though YouTube put kind of like a look at this in context thing, like Wikipedia article up on the video about the New World Order conspiracy theory, it has nothing to do with the New World Order conspiracy theory, okay? It has everything to do with professional wrestling. Okay, so I can give you some context about that. In 1996, there were two wrestlers that we were signed with the World Wrestling Federation. They were Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Scott Hall was known as Razor Ramon in World Wrestling Federation, and Kevin Nash was known as Diesel. Eventually, these guys could not come to an agreement with the owner, Vince McMahon, so they left the World Wrestling Federation and joined the rival promotion, World Championship Wrestling, or WCW. And there they were known as the Outsiders. So the Outsiders challenged WCW's Finest to a 6-man tag match at the 1996 pay-per-view event known as Bash at the Beach. The match started off really odd because Scott Hall and Kevin Nash did not have a third man. Lex Luger, who was on the opposing team, got knocked out of the match early. So pretty much from the word go, it was actually, just a standard tag match, 2-on-2 tag. So it was Scott Hall, Kevin Nash versus Sting and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Well, there was a lot of shenanigans going on, if you will, because the thing about Scott Hall and Kevin Nash is that they were known as heels, which means they're bad. They're evil characters. They do nefarious things. So, there was a whole bunch of stuff going on, and then Hulk Hogan comes out. Now, Hulk Hogan was the quintessential babyface, and babyface means good guy. He's the Superman. You probably know him from, movies, wrestling, a whole bunch of things. He kind of transcended professional wrestling in a lot of ways. He wears red and yellow. He rips his t-shirt. He says brother a lot. He's a big, huge dude. He's a hulking dude. That's why he's Hulk Hogan. So, he had actually been the World Wrestling Federation's, the face of the World Wrestling Federation for a long time. Basically, starting in 1984 until he left in 1993. I think he was 84, might have even been 83, but he left in 93. Went on a hiatus, started doing the show called Thunder in Paradise. He filmed some movies, and then was picked up by World Championship Wrestling. Basically convinced to join, given a big contract. He had a ticker tape parade, I think, in Walt Disney World, I think. If I remember correctly. It was a whole huge deal. But the problem was that World Wrestling Federation fans and World Championship Wrestling fans were very different. Whereas the World Wrestling Federation relied on characters that were kind of like comic book superheroes, World Championship Wrestling was more real, I guess. The blood and guts kind of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not judging that at all. It's just a different kind of fan. And it was based in the South, where Ric Flair was basically really popular, and he was part of a group called the Four Horsemen, so they were really, really popular. And of course, they're heels, so Hulk Hogan is coming in as this quintessential like baby face, and of course he's going to be rivaling with Ric Flair. So the reception to Hulk Hogan down south in WCW was not nearly as warm as it was up north in the World Wrestling Federation. Not to say it wasn't warm at all. I'm not, it was warm. He definitely had his following. He definitely had his fans. He definitely had a lot of fans from the World Wrestling Federation jumping ship to watch WCW every Monday night. But they kind of misused his character a little bit. He didn't really have good rivalries, and for the most part, the wrestling audience was kind of getting out of that comic book kind of vibe. So Hulk Hogan shows up at WCW Bash at the Beach, and he makes his way to the ring. He slides in the ring, and the outsiders, they're really scared. They're scared out of their wits. They jump out of the ring immediately. Hulk Hogan's ready to, pound the snot out of him. Sting's knocked out somewhere. Macho Man is on the, ground, and Hulk Hogan is defending him. And then Hulk Hogan turns around and gives Macho Man Randy Savage his patented finishing move, which is the leg drop. And history in professional wrestling changed forever because Hulk Hogan turned heel and he joined the Outsiders, and together they created the New World Order, or the NWO. And that's basically where I got it from. The black and white, the arrogant attitude, the, crapping on fans, the crapping on Super Mario 64 that I did. It's just, it was all in good fun, guys. It's not that like I genuinely feel this way or anything. Sure, there's parts of Super Mario 64 that I don't like. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a perfect game and I don't worship it, but overall I like it. It's a character. It was nothing more. Excuse me. It was nothing more than that. It was nothing more than me playing a character. So I hope that you guys can now watch these videos with a different frame of mind, a different mindset, and just appreciate the characters for what they are. They're characters. And I hope that you guys can go and watch my other videos now and just appreciate that character. And I don't know, I mean, it was inevitable in my opinion, pretty much as soon as I started putting my face in my videos, that I should have some sort of persona. I mean, I'm not going to come on here and dump all my life's problems on you. And I guess I could. I guess I could use Talking Tuesday, this new series, for that. But I don't think that's really what people are here for. I don't think that's what people in general go to be entertained for. They don't, you're seeking entertainment. You're not seeking a guy constantly whining and complaining about how much his life sucks. And that's not to say that my life sucks either. But you gotta know, you gotta understand that, you're not positive all the time. Nobody is, and that's okay. And it's also okay for me to be, to kind of hide that if I want to. If I'm having a crappy day or whatever, and I get on here and I give you the patented Mike Talks ASMR intro, and I'm sitting down, I'm playing a game, and I'm having fun, and everything's hunky-dory, I have a right to hide that maybe I'm not feeling 100% mentally that day. And that's just my right as a creator, and I hope that you can live with that, and I hope that you can just accept the characters for who they are and how I perform them and how I've written them essentially in my mind. And it's like watching a drama, it's like watching professional wrestling, it's like reading a book, it's like watching a movie. I mean, that Hayden Christensen is not really Darth Vader. He's not really Anakin Skywalker. Samuel L. Jackson is not really Mace Windu. I don't know why I went to the Star Wars references here, but yeah. But I don't know. I mean, speaking about basically not having a good time, being depressed or whatever, it's like, what led me to doing these couple of videos that were kind of out of the box is kind of because I've been down a little bit, and I've been down about the art form that is ASMR. And I've been down about how limiting it can feel. Because audiences really, in general, they're not that receptive to things that are different, that break the norm. The only way they can become receptive to that is if breaking the norm becomes the norm, and then it's not breaking the norm anymore. So I don't know. I look around YouTube, and I'm not trying to crap on anybody's tastes, and I'm not trying to crap on creators or anything, but I look around YouTube and I look at the kind of ASMR videos that get made, and I just have no interest in doing this. I don't have any interest in making, a doctor role play, or doing a cranial nerve exam, or playing with slime, or tapping on stuff. That's not me. That's why I did gaming ASMR and primarily do gaming ASMR, because that stuff's just not me. I mean, I find it to be boring. It's just boring. I don't have fun making that stuff. I have tried, and I just don't like it. And I don't like how it makes me feel. So that's why I'm not going to do it. And that's just that. I mean, again, I'm not crapping on anybody here, but it's just not me. And it leads me to believe too that maybe I shouldn't do ASMR anymore. I know this is an ASMR-ish type video, but it just leads me to believe that maybe I shouldn't do it anymore. Maybe I'm really not that good at it, because I'm really not that comforting. If people find doctor role plays or cranial nerve exams, tapping on things, playing with slime, mukbang, and a whole bunch of other things, if that's what's comforting to them and I don't like doing it, then maybe I need to consider whether I should be doing ASMR or not at all. Or maybe just not every video should be ASMR. Maybe if I make 3 or 4 videos a week, only one of those should be ASMR. Or maybe the other way around. Maybe 3 of those videos should be ASMR and one of them shouldn't be. Maybe the gaming ASMR video shouldn't be ASMR, and I should do ASMR in other ways. Because, I do kind of enjoy doing the whispered readings, and that is ASMR. Even though it's pretty hard on my throat, it's pretty hard on my voice to whisper like that for an hour, but I like doing it. I like reading, and I like how the videos come out. So, yeah, I don't know. These are just things that I have to consider. What do you think? I mean, you are my audience. Ultimately, you should have a say in this. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But in any case, that basically is what inspired. I mean, if you look at, you can't look at it now because I took it down, but if you look at, or if you remember the Mike Tyson stuff that I did, that was definitely an out of the box thing, and that was me trying to do something more like a film, because I was just tired of how limiting ASMR overall can be. And I was tired of doing the same thing over and over and over again. I'm just not a guy that really enjoys doing that. And I don't know, it didn't really get good reception. I didn't expect it to. But it was a good piece of art, and that's really all that mattered to me. Another thing is that, like, I don't know, I try to relay these feelings to fellow creators, and they kind of get the impression that all I care about is subscribers and views. And it's like, if all I really cared about was subscribers and views, then I would be doing the cranial nerve exams and stuff like that, because they're the most popular forms of ASMR. So I would be doing that. So obviously I don't care about subscribers and views all that much. It's just that if you're a creator, you know this already, but if you're not, let me just let you know. YouTube constantly drives analytics into your face. And it's like, if your analytics are good, they're going up, you feel successful. And if they're not, like, if your video's not performing as well as some other videos, it says, okay, this video's like in last place, dude, and it has the lowest watch time of your video, so obviously it sucks. And that's just a lie. It's just not true. It's not true. It's like, okay, so the views and the watch time, firstly, the watch time is skewed because anybody who uses the mobile app knows you scroll through and you happen to stop on something because you get distracted, as you're scrolling through, like, the suggested videos. It starts to autoplay. And after like 5 seconds of it autoplaying, it counts as a view. So, and then, oh crap, I'm not distracted anymore, not interested in this video, so I'm going to keep scrolling through. And it's like, obviously the watch time is really not a good metric to judge yourself on because of how bad the autoplay feature is on YouTube. And views aren't really a good metric either, because the video could just be a topic that doesn't get as much interest overall as other videos. Or it could just be the algorithm didn't pick up the video. And I think that's one of the most frustrating things about being a YouTube creator is the YouTube algorithm, because nobody really understands how it works. It's just crap. It's crap. So, like, I don't know. Again, if you go back to the Mike Talks on ASMR, you could probably guess that my feelings towards YouTube are pretty much legit, and that's the only kayfabe I'm gonna break. I don't like the way YouTube is run. I don't like its algorithm. I don't like what it promotes. I don't like what it buries. I just genuinely don't like it. I think it censors a lot of crap. I don't think it's for artists. I think it's for people like, I think that it's becoming more and more for corporations. That's what I think. I think that it's just becoming this ridiculous corporate run crap, But yeah, so this video is not going to get picked up by the algorithm for sure, because I just dumped all over YouTube here. But some other things that have just been bothering me as a creator, and I just want to relay this to you, is just like, I don't know, it's a lack of etiquette. Other creators, they get on in my videos and they ask me, hey, can you subscribe to my channel? And that's just not cool. I mean, it's really spammy, and I really wish that you'd stop doing it. Because I know that you're not watching my video either, and I don't care about your sub. I really don't. Because you're not going to watch any of my videos. So it's like, if you're not going to watch any of my videos, then your subscription means absolutely nothing. Um, and plus, I know you don't watch my video because I'll have decent watch time and then one more view, which was yours, because I check it like I happen to check it like a minute after you comment, and then my watch time has tanked. And I really hate that. I also really dislike people getting on and just telling me how it is. It's kind of like unsolicited advice at the gym. I just don't want it. I don't want it. It's annoying. It's disingenuous. It's also quite spammy, and I really wish you just would stop doing it. Um, I've There's just more stuff. I've had people just come into my DMs on like Facebook or Twitter asking me to view their videos or asking me to subscribe to their channel or asking me for advice. It's annoying. Just stop. Also, it's really not cool to want me to take a phone call with you at 2 in the morning. In fact, it's not cool to want me to take a phone call with you at all. Just don't do it. It's just, I don't know you. I don't feel comfortable giving you my personal phone number. So please just don't do it. I've had to block a couple of people on social and on YouTube, and it's just incredibly depressing that I have to do that because, I try to be a nice guy. I try to be patient. I try to be a people pleaser overall, but so if I've blocked you, you've driven me to the brink and beyond, because I don't take that crap, lightly, blocking somebody. And I'm not going to name names. All right, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to tell you anything about these people because that's just not who I am. It's going to remain anonymous, but I'm not proud of the fact that I've had to do it. It's just that I've had to do it for my own mental health. And it sucks, but it is what it is. So, yeah, as a creator, this question's really specific to creators. Have you had to block anybody? Have you experienced any of this? Just let me know in the comments below, because listen, you're not alone with this. Obviously I've experienced it. So if you have too, let's just have a discussion about it. I mean, honestly, that's the kind of DM I want from creators. Just like this genuine, sincere, like, look, man, this is affecting me too. It's depressing me. Let's talk about it, kind of thing. As opposed to, please give me free advice, stuff that you've spent hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours researching. I don't know. It's just depressing. It's really depressing. And I don't know. I mean, I get asked to do collabs, and if I'm hosting the collab, I get really depressed when, okay, someone asks me to collab with them, and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, but even though they've come to me, they try to dictate the entire thing. It's going to be this way, and it's going to be released that way, and it's just depressing, guys. So like, if you come to me for a collab, I'm just going to let you know it's my rules. It's my way or the highway. I'm going to come up with an idea. I'm going to tell you how it's going to be released, and if you don't like it, don't do the collab with me. That's it. And if you want to block me because of that, you don't like me no more, I can't care at this point. I really can't, because there just needs to be this line in the sand drawn so I can protect myself and can protect my mental health, because it's not cool when you harass me over email or you harass me over DMs. You say my ideas suck. You give me unsolicited advice. You tell me how something is when it's not that way, and it's not cool that I dread getting on Facebook. It's not cool that I dread getting on Twitter. It's not cool that I dread checking my email when I really need to check my email. It's not cool that, here I go. I promise not to do this. I promise not to really talk about my personal problems, but this is coming from a creator, and this is two other creators who maybe have experienced this too. It's just not cool, that you make me cry. you genuinely make me cry, and I just want to know. I want to let other creators know that if they feel the same way, that's cool, and you can always talk with me about it, because it's just crap that I've experienced too, and it's completely human to feel this way. It's completely normal to feel this way, and you don't have to constantly sacrifice your own happiness to try to avoid hurting other people's feelings. And if you keep doing that, you're not going to survive. You're just not going to survive. I mean, look at how many people have shut down their channels. I mean, I've even debated shutting mine down, or done something worse than shutting down their channels. And I think you know what I mean. But I just don't want that to be you, and I don't want that to be me. And that's why I'm drawing the line right here. I'm just drawing that line. So that's about all I wanted to talk about on this Talking Tuesday. I hope that you enjoyed it. Just leave me a comment below. Tell me what you thought. Any answers to the questions I've asked. And I hope that you can look maybe at my videos where I'm a bit more of a heel, now that you know what a heel means, in a different light. And I hope even when I'm a babyface, I hope that you can look at those videos in a different light too, and just appreciate the characters for what they are. And and I hope that you all have a good night, and thank you for listening to me. Tomorrow I will be, what am I have planned for tomorrow? I think I'm reading whispered reading of Wizard X 1 tomorrow, chapter 3. And for those who don't know, Wizard X is a book that I wrote. It's a fantasy novel, so make sure you check out the other whispered readings of that. I have a playlist for everything, so it would be in, I think the name of the playlist is Wizard X Whispered Readings, but I don't really know. I think that's what it is. So check those out, and I'll see you tomorrow for chapter 3. I don't know what game I'm going to be playing for the gameplay footage for that yet. I'll have to think of it. And Thursday, I'm going to be doing a gameplay video of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is, it's kind of I don't really know what to think of that game. I like it and I hated it all at the same time, but I'm going to be playing it, and I want to go take this new approach to it. I think one of the reasons why I've hated it in the past is because I try to do everything. I try to perfect it. And this time, what I'm trying to do is make a path for myself and for you. You can follow it too. That, I don't know, path of least resistance and most fun. Not necessarily 100%ing it, definitely not 100%ing it, but just kind of doing what needs to be done to make sure that you actually have fun with the game, as opposed to pulling your hair out trying to perfect it. And I think that's the problem I have with a lot of games anymore is just this obsessive need to 100% it, to be the most efficient, to do everything. And I think that in some games that can be really fun, and in others it just kind of ruins the experience. And I don't think Nintendo really meant you to, or meant the average player to really perfect it, or at least perfect it in the most efficient way possible. I feel that the goal was for you to just go out there and have some sort of an adventure. And I guess maybe that's also what bothers me about the game too. It just ticks something in my brain like, oh man, this isn't really put together in a way that I can have an efficient linear path. And I think that was not an oversight on Nintendo's part. I think that was an artistic direction. So it's just kind of something that I have to learn to accept and not be such a stickler about doing literally everything in such a massive game in the most efficient way possible. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I know, I'm going to ask you to comment all day. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that, what you think about perfecting games in general. Does that add something to it for you? Or do you not like it? And comment about that below so that way I know that you made it all the way to the end of the video. I'm keeping score. I am keeping score because when I do release some merchandise, I will be writing down the names of everybody that I know watches till the end of my videos and comments, so that way you guys get a coupon code for my merch whenever it does come out. So thank you so much, and again, visit Chris ASMR, her channel. Pick up one of these shirts or some other product. She has a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of cool stuff, but the hoodie is definitely pretty boss. So I will see you tomorrow for that whispered reading, and I bid you all a fond farewell and adieu. Subscribe.